Selamat siang Bapak Ibu tamu undangan Indonesia Retail Summit 2022. Sesaat lagi kita akan masuk ke sesi berikutnya dengan topik berbagi tentang retail China, Hong Kong, dan Vietnam di masa yang akan datang, dan juga mengenai program-program Hipindo di masa yang akan datang. Dengan pembicara Miss Jun Ko, Senior VP International Attraction and Amusement Park and Association, dan Bapak Budi Harjo Idwansyah selaku Chairman dan DPP Hipindo. Dan selaku moderator akan dipimpin oleh Ibu Meswara Kanjaya selaku Presiden Director dari PT Supra Boga Lestari Tbk. Kami persilahkan kepada Bapak Budi Harjo dan Ibu Mei untuk naik ke atas panggung. Dan kami ingatkan kembali demi kelancaran acara, untuk durasi pemaparan untuk setiap pembicara adalah 10 menit dan dapat dilihat di layar monitor. Terima kasih.
Hello, good afternoon everyone. And special welcome to Miss Jun Ko.
Thank you.
Are you online already?
Certainly am. Thank you very much.
Hi. Everybody in Indonesia is keen to hear about what is the future of entertainment industry. And we are very thankful to have you as one of our speaker here. And accompanied with me is Pak Budi Harjo, who is the chairman of Hipindo. So, welcome. And I think without further ado, I would like to give the space to you. Silakan.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you very much.
Okay, we can start with your presentation. And we have about 10 minutes for your presentation. Silakan, Ms. Jun Ko.
Thank you very much. If I could just ask for the slides to go back to the first page. I would like to introduce myself. My name is Jun, and I'm from the International Association of Amusement Parks and Attractions. Right now, the slide for me is not on the first page. Could I ask the tech team to help me with that? So I represent Asia Pacific, and I represent the Asia Pacific region, which covers all the way from China, India, and all of the Japan and Korea, all the way down to Asia Pacific, including Southeast Asia. Why did I start with the overview on family entertainment centers? Is because family entertainment centers are the smaller entertainment centers that actually can be larger in size and are also usually part of the retail space that we have in the region. I do want to mention this because when we look at the future of retail space, it's not only for shopping, of course. It's a lot of the experts on the panel here and experts in the sessions these 2 days have addressed that it's also a space where you can have wellness, you can have entertainment, and you can look at what kind of opportunities you have to capture the audience and keep your visitors inside your retail space. So right now, globally, more than 8% of the attractions and parks are less than 20,000 net square meters. And that primarily covers a few different of those brands that I mentioned on the screen, like Warner Brothers, Lotte World in Korea, Trend Studio, and so on and so forth. These FECs, Family Entertainment Centers, are in different kinds of categories. And next page, please, you'll be able to see the different kind of sizes these attractions are in. Could I go to the next slide, please?
Next slide,
so when you
please.
look at the size of these attractions, you can quickly see that typical FECs are smaller in size, and those larger cities and kids cities are the larger entertainment centers where they need to have a lot of theming, a lot of building, and a lot of revenues, a lot of investments in order to return on revenue. If we go to the next slide, please, can we go to the next slide? You will be able to see where those development costs are. And you'll quickly be able to deduct that the larger development costs really are more difficult to recover. And you can see that Topgolf or Kidzania, the larger brands that have more development costs, actually rely heavily on sponsorships and on partnerships to be able to recover revenue. And hence, a lot of the FECs in our region are actually smaller. And globally, it's actually not a trend only in Asia. It's a trend that's global, and we have FECs primarily in a small development cost and a smaller size. So you can see the primary cluster of development costs are under $10 million per square meters. If we go to the next slide, please, you'll see the actual revenues be quite under the $10 to $15 million range. And this is really, the outlier you see is Kidzania, and that's primarily based on the sponsorships that they receive. Kidzania being a very heavily themed kids city where children can learn in those cities, and also each of those locations within the city has heavy sponsorship, such as airline sponsorship to teach children how to be pilots and how to be part of the airline industry. And then a section where there's a miniature bank within Kidzania where children are taught how to actually be a banker and how to operate banks. And so you can see that with the development costs, with the investments, the revenues are highly dependent on sponsorship for Kidzania. And then the others that don't really have a lot of sponsorship are really within the $10 to $15 million revenue range. And when we look at these investments, these are the primary cluster of FECs and entertainment centers that normally, typically, can go into retail space and partner very well with retail space. We all know how much retail space needs visitation and needs these kinds of entertainment to keep families and keep children within those centers so that you can enjoy repeat visitation. Retailers also enjoy a lot of repeat visitation because these entertainment centers are here. And the future of these entertainment centers will continue to grow because it's a fostering a partnership between these two retail and the entertainment sectors. If we go to the next page, I'll be able to give you a live sample of Skies 11, which is part of a new development in Hong Kong. It hasn't opened to public yet, but I do want to give you a view of what it looks like when a retail space is not only a retail space, of course, it's a wellness center, an entertainment center, and we're putting a lot of different things into it. So next page, please. You will see it's a huge development that the Hong Kong Airport Authority, as well as New World Development, has worked on. And the complex has an indoor entertainment hub and 8 shops. And it's not unlike other retail centers that I see in Southeast Asia or other parts of Asia. Next page, please. You'll be able to see that the capturing of the market is really important. The Greater Bay Area is really the larger China area that encapsulates and is around Hong Kong. And so Hong Kong is in a very middle area where it's very advantageous, where you can see the other kinds of markets that it really is surrounded by. And very much like Indonesia, The location is very important. The surrounding areas, surrounding possibilities really make that retail space really important and successful. And when we look at that market, we also look at the age group of the families and the new families that are in that market. The feasibility studies also shows the number of residents and the number of different kinds of families and households and their household incomes that can sustain such a complex. The next slide, please. And of course, the complex itself is not only the factor that we are taking into play. Entertainment takes a lot of forms, and retail space and FECs and indoor entertainment centers also rely heavily on the surrounding attractions. And this is here, as we can display, all of the surrounding attractions around the airport. We have Hong Kong Disneyland, we have Asia World Expo with different kinds of concerts, and the Big Buddha and natural heritage locations like Tai O. So for those that haven't been to Hong Kong for a long time, I know many people have not been able to visit Hong Kong. We do have a lot of different natural as well as outdoor attractions, but the specific location of Skies 11 here really encapsulates the entire attractions ecosystem. And so if we go to the next page, obviously it's going to be one of the largest entertainment hubs in Hong Kong because of the entire ecosystem and not just one location of the retail center. Next page, please. Just a site of Kidzania, which I mentioned earlier on. It is a kids city where kids can learn how to be a fireman and how to be enact VR and experience different kinds of experiences there with banking and all sorts of other industries. Next page, please. You'll be able to see how the location is also targeting different kinds of generations. And when we look at the Gen Z right now, they're looking at more immersive experiences. They want to be part of the story. They want to be part of nature. They want to be part of everything that surrounds the retail environment. Gen Z generally don't go to shopping malls just to shop anymore. No one really does. And so it's really important to look at these elements where we're able to capture and bring entertainment as part of that retail space to keep the spenders within that space. And next page, please, if we can skip a couple of pages to the next page, please. We just wanted to also mention that we do have an upcoming expo in Singapore in June next year, and we'll be able to meet up with a lot of your professionals in the retail space, professionals in building and design that will be at our expo. And also, we will be working with different retailers to be able to bring together our industries and make the rest of our industries together. And next page, please. And if I could skip to the next page, please. Sorry. This is the expo, and it's going to be next year in June in Singapore. I do hope that we're able to invite all of you to also join us at this expo. We usually have approximately 10,000 attendees at this expo, and they share different experiences, different ideas about the retail space, about family entertainment centers. Like I spoke at the beginning of my session, retail is very, very important and a very important part of our attractions industry. Most of our attractions providers and also attractions are smaller entertainment centers. And we can see extreme growth in the retail space and entertainment space for the attractions industry. So looking at these opportunities, of course, I want to invite you to our expo and look forward to seeing all of you at the expo soon. Next page, I would like to thank the Indonesia Retail and Tenant Association. I know we have worked really hard to pull together this event, both online and offline. I'm very honored that you reached out and asked for us to be part of this session. We are over 100 years old. Right now, IAAPA, the International Association of Amusement Parks and Attractions, is over 104 years old, and we have more than 2,500 corporate members globally. So we look forward to connecting all of you to that space, to attractions, and to other designers, architects, and people that can bring retail space to life. Really, retail space is such an attraction in itself. You have different kinds of F&B, different kinds of safety needs, and different kind of attractive entertainment centers that can bring this space to life. So looking forward to hopefully meeting all of you in person one day. And I'd like to thank the association for your invitation this time. Thank you very much.
Well, thank you, Ms. Junko. I think one of the secrets of being forever young is to be in entertainment and amusement industry, isn't it?
Absolutely.
100 years is not an easy year to achieve. And congratulations for IAPAT 100 years celebration. And
Thank you.
I think your last slides, I would like to remind everybody again, June 13 to June 16, right? 2023
Yes.
in Singapore Marina Bay Sands. So we in retail industry, if I can comment, I'm working in supermarket industry. We in retail industry should learn from the amusement industry on how to bring excitement to the shoppers. And bringing excitement and amusing customers will make you younger. And that is reflected in you and in your organization. And it's not only that. This morning, we have the speaker. And the speaker is our respected senior member, not senior member, senior founder, Pak Rahmat. I remember what he said. Previously, children follows where parents go. And now, parents follow where children go, right? So that's correct. And I think that is what supermarkets should learn and the other retail industry should learn from the amusement center. How to create excitement and how to amuse your shoppers. And can't wait to see Skies 11, which is like a one-stop destination. It's not one-stop shopping, it's one-stop destination. And I think you should apply multiple pass also to that center. Thank you, Ms. Junko. Okay. And I think we'll give the opportunity to Pak Budi, or we'll close the session with questions first before Pak Budi move on. Okay, next is the Pak Budi to give a short presentation about Hipindo and how Hipindo would like to help Indonesian associations, shopping centers, retail, and as well as amusement and F&B to grow together, recover stronger post-COVID. Silakan Pak Budi.
Ya, terima kasih. Halo, Miss Jun. I look for what the camera? Oh, that's camera. Hello, nice to meet you. I'm Budi Harjo Iduansyah. I'm a chairman of the Indonesia Retail and Tenant Association. So today, because of Pak Rahmat, my senior, the founder of the Hipindo also, is I think ex-chairman of your association. Already come today in this room. We very happy to hear your experience and sharing. Let me, after this, we talk in Bahasa Indonesia because a lot of audience in online today and in the on-site is from Indonesia. And let Miss Farah can translate later the point of the point.
So I'm the moderator and translator at the same time.
No, I think it's the point only. Yeah, not too much. I want to share about what the Hipindo, why we make the Indonesia Retail Summit the first time, 2022, This because we also need to help the government Indonesia and also the regional and global. Okay, I start for the presentation is very fast, only I think 8 minutes. But how to change this, I don't know. I already pushed. Have a problem? Oh yes, Hipindo is saya change to bahasa Indonesia better ya. Yeah. Thank you semua, Pak Hendra Dewan Pendiri, Pak Rahmat Dewan Pendiri. Ada 2 Hendra di ruangan ini. Satu the Hendra of the Power Hokben, Hoka Bento, the founder of Hokben, the famous restaurant chain in Indonesia. Pak Hendra Wijaya, Postboy, bisnisnya banyak, ada juga pabrik tekstil. Termasuk ada teman-teman dari Amusement, ada Daniel Sutiono, ada David Sutiono, ada Sugandi, all is the amusement and tempat bermain children playground, business Indonesia coming also in this room. And anybody, I cannot speak all. Ketua Umum Asosiasi Matahari, Ibu Yvonne, termasuk my moderator is Vice Chairwoman for CEO of the Ranch Market. Oh, Pak Edi, halo. Pak Edi also join. This one of the Dewan Pendiri. Hipindo is a Indonesia Retail and Tenant Association. We just established in 2016 on 6 years ago. Jadi kita berdiri baru ya Bapak Ibu. Banyak yang hadir hari ini mungkin bertanya, ada banyak tadi yang nanya ini Hipindo apa? Hipindo saya salah satu Dewan Pendiri dan juga Ketua Umum bersama dengan 18 orang lainnya yang terdiri dari berbagai macam sektor. Kita juga mengadakan event Indonesia Retail Summit ini akan ada tahun depan. Termasuk kita juga mempunyai next slide. Okay, I think when I say, no need to push that. Kita mempunyai program tentang Hipindo ini. Next slide lagi. Jadi next slide aja biar cepat sampai ada gambarnya. Oke, next slide lagi. Oke, ini adalah program Hipindo tahun ini. Tadi pagi kita sudah dan kemarin kita sudah mengesahkan satu association baru, ASEAN Retail and Tenant Union. Jadi ini adalah diberdirikan oleh Indonesia Retail Tenant Association dengan Malaysia Retail Chain Association. Chairman-nya tadinya mau datang, Mr. Shanan dari Valiran, is the biggest retail in Malaysia, but kena flu, saya nggak bisa ngomong COVID di Singapura, jadi dia kirim the deputy, Mr. Vincent, untuk datang mewakili. Kemarin sudah MOU, next slide, kita sudah MOU di depan Pak Menteri Perdagangan, Minister of Trade, juga ada Pak Edi, Dewan Kehormatan, Deputi Presiden MRCA, Nicholas, Pak Sekjen, dan juga Pak Menteri. Ini adalah upaya Hipindo untuk memperbaiki, membantu ekonomi bangsa Indonesia. Kita kalau berjuang hanya di Indonesia juga akan kesulitan. Tujuannya adalah untuk apa? Kita tahu Indonesia retail unik. Indonesia retail banyak manufaktur. Jadi Pak Edi dulu punya pabrik, ya sekarang punya toko. Ada yang Pak Hendra benar-benar pabrik dia, pabrik garment, dan sekarang punya Postboy dan punya ada merek Matsuda. Apa Pak Hendra? Merek barunya apa? Matsuda. Matsuda tuh merek baru Pak Hendra dan dia jual retail. Ada yang namanya Buceri, itu sepatu yang saya, ini bukan, hari ini saya nggak pakai Buceri. Itu pabrik juga. Lalu banyak sekali deh, saya nggak bisa sebut pabrik-pabrik menjadi industri retail di Indonesia. Delami salah satunya, teman kita nggak datang hari ini. Delami Group itu eksekutif dan juga color box segala macam. Itu pabriknya di Bandung. Nextnya, dengan kita tadi sudah bikin ASEAN itu, kita menyambung bahwa kita akan bantu merek-merek lokal untuk ke luar negeri, berarti kita membantu ekspor. Nah, kita juga mempunyai kerjasama dengan Sarina. Ini adalah inisiasi awal, kemarin sudah MOU dengan Sarina untuk program bebas membuang makanan. Karena ini instruksi Pak Presiden, HIPINDO salah satu asosiasi yang cukup dekat dengan government dan selalu mendapatkan masukan dan juga tugas. Kita akan membantu pemerintah dalam tahun depan, warning dari Presiden Indonesia bahwa akan terjadi ketidakpastian global. Jadi kita harus memastikan makanan-makanan tidak dibuang. Kita sudah sign kemarin, meluncurkan dengan Kepala Badan Pangan Nasional. Ini adalah badan yang baru dibentuk tahun lalu dengan Pak Arief Prasetyo sebagai ketua umumnya. Kita sudah taken. Kita harapkan ini akan meluncur di seluruh mall selain di Sarina sebagai inisiasi awal. Akan ada juga di nextnya juga di seluruh retail. Pak Hendra, kami izin untuk Hokben. Sudah ada pembicaraan, nanti akan dihadiri oleh, kalau bisa, Pak Presiden loh Pak, untuk melaunching food waste program di retail Pak. Jadi nanti mungkin di satu mall kita siapkan nanti Pak. Oke, nextnya. Juga ini adalah program Smart City and Green Retail. Kita sudah akan bekerja sama dengan untuk shifting kendaraan bermotor bensin, karena sekarang Pak Menteri Perdagangan menyatakan 500 triliun subsidi bahan bakar. Itu terlalu besar, itu akan ditekan turun dengan men-shiftingkan dari bahan bakar bensin menjadi energi terbaru listrik. Dan kemarin Pak Teten juga sudah bicara untuk delivery dan juga angkutan umum bisa menggunakan daripada dukungan ini. Untuk sektor retail kita mempunyai 2 juta employer, everyday go to the shop, open the store. Itu adalah pangsa yang besar untuk kita kerjasamakan dengan energi terbarukan. Dan juga Smart City, Green Retail ini juga akan dibicarakan nanti. Kita mulai membantu Sarina untuk solar panel. Ya, jadi ada permintaan dari kementerian untuk membantu program ketahanan energi. Nextnya. Nah ini juga yang kita akan lakukan adalah mendukung merek lokal untuk bisa mendatangkan pelanggan. Ini khusus disiapkan untuk dukungan merek lokal untuk bisa ke pelanggan, mendatangkan pelanggan ke toko-toko retail lokal maupun brand-brand lokal. Baik, kalau bisa nextnya lagi, kita juga akan ada tahun depan Indonesia Retail Summit 2023 dan Happy Birthday Indonesia atau Indonesia Great Sale 2023 hari belanja diskon. Saya ingin balik ke depan, bisa nggak ya? Bisa dibalikin ke yang pertama, resumenya, supaya saya tutup dengan poin-poin yang di slide pertama. Baik. Oke, yang ada kata-kata aja. Ya, baik. Next, ya. Baik, jadi kita ada Smart Retail and Green Retail. Kita akan membantu pemerintah mengurangi karbon dan segala macam. Kita akan bicara dengan government, stakeholder dan juga pelaku usaha. Bebas food waste, sudah ada MOU. Loyalty program untuk lokal brand, itu namanya Harmonix. Artinya kita mendatangkan customer ke merek lokal. Ya, merek lokal akan kita datangkan, banyak sekali konsumen. Hari Retail Modern, kita akan adakan award tiap tahun yang akan diberikan ke retail di Indonesia yang mensupport brand lokal dan produk lokal. Kemarin sudah diberikan oleh Pak Teten ke Sarina. Sarina sebagai retail pertama yang diberi tugas untuk membantu pengembangan merek lokal dan brand lokal sudah mendapatkan awardnya kemarin. Tahun depan kita akan mencari, mungkin kita bisa berikan, saya lihat kemarin di bawah Bu Mei udah banyak tuh merek lokalnya. Artinya retail lokal yang mendukung brand lokal akan diberikan penghargaan. Itu laporan yang kita akan laporkan ke kementerian. Jadi kita memang akan pro lokal program-program kita. Nextnya, meningkatkan networking di kawasan ASEAN dengan adanya ASEAN Retail dengan poin meningkatkan penjualan produk lokal dan brand lokal agar Indonesia go global. Jadi dengan adanya ASEAN Retail, kita akan membawa brand-brand lokal untuk go global. Membantu meningkatkan UKM dengan adanya Harmonix tadi, mendukung Bangga Buatan Indonesia, one of the project from Minister Pak Luhut, juga digitalisasi produk lokal. Saya rasa itu yang saya sampaikan, supaya tahun depan kita sudah bisa memulai Indonesia Retail Summit dengan progres yang baik. Terima kasih. Ya.
Oke, saya buka floor untuk memberikan pertanyaan But if I can summarize what Pak Budi was presenting previously, in English is HIPINDO is the Association of Retail and malls tenants. So it covers not only retails but also F&Bs, fashion, and also entertainment and specialty stores. And in the young age of HIPINDO, they have a lot of programs, and among others are the Indonesia Retail Summit, which is conducted these 2 days. And also during this Indonesia Retail Summit, they also have quite aggressive programs like free from food waste that they just launched it yesterday, and also the award for the for retailer that support a local brand. And within that, they also have Harmonix, which is the program targeted for local brands. And previously also, they mentioned about SMEs, how they support SMEs and making it as green retail. So it's not only about how to promote retailers and the members of HIPINDOs, but also promoting the members to be more alert of sustainability. So I open the floor for 2 questions, and then I will translate the questions into English and vice versa. Please, 2 questions, please. Wow, my senior is going to ask a question, Pak Rahmat. Silakan, Pak Rahmat.
Hi, June. Are you still there?
I absolutely am. I've missed you a lot.
I'm not asking question to you, but I just, on behalf of HIPINDO, I just want to express our appreciation for the time you spend in preparing your presentation. And hopefully, there will be more closer cooperation between HIPINDO and IAPA in future. Looking forward.
I'm sure there will be.
Looking forward to meet you in Bangkok in October. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Pak Rahmat. Thank you.
Are there any
If you don't mind,
questions?
I would love to also express our thanks to Pak Rahmat. He's been a very, very close friend and also a very big supporter of the International Association of Amusement Parks and Attractions, actually attending to many of our events and expos in the past. The connection between retail, between entertainment, and between attractions is undeniable. I think it will continue to grow. So I really want to thank Pak Rahmat for marrying us together and beginning this great relationship with HIPINDO. Thank you very much.
Ya, silakan 1 pertanyaan di belakang. Mohon disebutkan nama, dari mana, sebelum Ibu mengajukan pertanyaan. Monggo.
Selamat sore. Saya mau tanya ke HIPINDO ya, secara keseluruhan gitu. Perkenalkan saya Vida.
Nama dan dari
ya.
mana?
Saya Vida dari Pamela Supermarket Yogyakarta. Mau tanya, tadi saya ngelihat program kerja yang luar biasa dari HIPINDO gitu. Seandainya kami dari retail gitu, apalagi dari daerah Jogja ya, bukan dari Jabodetabek gitu, ingin bergabung gitu, apakah bisa? Kemudian apa saja keuntungannya untuk kami ketika itu misalkan bisa bergabung dengan HIPINDO? Terima kasih, Pak.
Mungkin 1 lagi sebelum dijawab.
I have a question to Ms. Junko. Hope you can see me. I can see you just now.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So my name is Daniel from Fun World, Indonesia. I have a question for you. How do you see the amusement industry looking forward? I mean, we are post-COVID era now, and what is the the trend in the future, and how do you see what will happen next?
Thank you, Daniel. Again, I've missed you a lot, so I really hope I can see you. I think this really resonates to what the future of tourism and the future of travel looks like. It is post-COVID for many locations in the world, but unfortunately, Asia is still climbing up on its trajectory back to normalcy. So right now, I think, although we are a little bit further behind than maybe Europe or North America, I do think there's still potential of extreme growth in Asia Pacific. It's although the growth is slower in the last few years, no one can really contest that the growth is still in Asia Pacific and will continue to see growth, not only in the attractions industry, but also in all of the other industries that surround attractions like F&B, like retail, and like other space, like airlines and banking. What I have seen is there are pockets of opportunity within Asia Pacific that are growing quicker. So some of the opportunities lie within Southeast Asia, and specific to Vietnam, we've seen a lot of huge growth in Southeast Asia, specific to Vietnam in the last couple of years. Although there's been a lot of restrictions, the continuing efforts to reinvest into attractions and to reinvest into refreshing the attractions or bringing new attractions is, there's a huge appetite. The middle class continues to grow in this region. That is without doubt. So I do believe that there's still a strong tendency to grow this region and to have a lot of growth within the attractions industry within this Asia Pacific region. It will take a little bit of time to rebound, but I think we'll get there within a year or two.
Pak Budi, mohon dijawab pertanyaan dari Bu Fida.
Ya, terima kasih Bu Fida dari Jogja. Itu adalah justru kami adanya kita itu adalah untuk menjadi asosiasi untuk menaungi bisnis sektor retail. Jadi kalau Ibu ada di Jogja ada supermarket atau ada toko handphone dan sifatnya, bahkan di sini ada Fun World ya, artinya sampai ada pusat permainan juga di Jogja. Kita terbuka untuk menjadi anggota, pertama kita sangat menyambut dan kita mengetahui untuk lokal brand yang kami mempunyai administrasi yang sangat simple. Jadi kalau memang hanya lokal brand kami juga dan kecil UKM kami tidak biaya tidak terlalu besar. Jadi itu tergantung dari kelasnya. Kalau Ibu udah sebesar Ibu Mi lain ya gitu ya, Trans Market. Tapi kalau lebih kecil kita juga dan kita perlakukan semua sama. Hipindo asosiasi yang menaungi semua peritel di Indonesia baik merek lokal maupun global. Tetapi program kerja kita pasti fokusnya ke merek lokal karena merek lokal mempunyai keterbatasan. Itu adalah fungsi asosiasi di Indonesia. Untuk merek contoh tadi ada Harmonix, itu ada program untuk mendatangkan traffic ke anggota lokal. Jadi kita khusus menyiapkan database, saat ini kita sudah MOU, ada 6 juta database customer yang akan kita diskusikan untuk bisa datang belanja ke anggota lokal dulu. Karena kalau anggota yang global, selain sudah punya program, pasti juga belum tentu mau gitu ya. Tapi kalau anggota lokal kasihan, jadi kita akan ada program mendatangkan traffic ke restoran yang lokal brand, atau toko fashion lokal brand yang lebih kecil. Itu program kita. Dan juga tadi ada program untuk Asia Retail Summit 2023, itu ada Zoom tiap bulan. Jadi nanti Zoom pelatihan ini tuh nanti pakai Zoom. Jadi pembicaranya nanti bisa aja nanti dari senior-senior gitu ya, bukan kayak hari ini kan tadi ada Watson. Kita akan ada Zoom yang kita umumkan mungkin 2-3 minggu sebelumnya, kalian bisa daftar, itu free of charge. Ya, jadi nanti kita todong si janji jiwa dah. Tadi kopi kenangan ya, janji jiwa kita tarik nanti ngomong di sini ya. Kita ngomongnya di Zoom ya. Kalau di sini terus nggak tahan bayar sewanya juga nanti. Jadi kita pakai media yang murah. Tapi setiap tahun akan ada onsite-nya seperti ini. Ya, jadi akan ada onsite-nya di hotel, kayak kita bisa kumpul. Dan selama 12 bulan itu bisa 6 kali. Mungkin Ibu Mi bisa jadi pembicara, bukan moderator aja. Dia bisa speak tentang aduh apa sih Ibu punya itu bagus tuh kemarin ya. Jadi banyak lah Ibu Mi ini juga banyak ilmunya. Ketua Umum Asosiasi Matahari di sini ada Ivon bisa bicara tentang tentang bagaimana jadi supplier di Matahari gitu ya. Jadi kita kumpulin semua pelaku ekosistem retail. Retail ekosistem, retailernya sendiri, supplier, manufacturing, shopping mall, people, dan government. Itu akan kita bikin kayak kemarin. Satu hari government semua, menteri datang, dirjen datang. Hari ini semua pelaku usaha. Nah, kita akan bikin mungkin nanti ada training. Ya, jadi program Hipindo ini trainingnya tadi saya dengar dari Kopi Kenangan, dia ada training untuk barista. Nah, kita juga bisa minta tolong, nih ada people yang mau jadi barista nih gimana. Nah, kita bisa lakukan itu. Termasuk co-branding. Jadi tadi ada rencana collaboration antara brand lokal dengan global. Nah, ini juga kita bisa diskusiin. Maksudnya gini, apapun juga lagi kondisi gini, kita recover. Ya, jadi kita nggak boleh sendiri. Kalau ada merek asing mau kerjasama, kalau seperti Pak Edi ini kemarin Sarina ya Pak ya, Hammer Sarina, jadi Hammer dan Sarina. Nah itu bisa aja nanti, siapa tahu Pak Edi dengan Armani Pak, siapa tahu Pak, Hammer dengan Armani kan juga bagus Pak. Ya artinya kita harus lakukan semua hal untuk meningkatkan penjualan. Ya itu dari saya Bu.
Mungkin kalau saya bisa rekap karena keterbatasan waktu. June, I think I will use gado-gado language. I will mix Indonesian and English. So kalau saya bisa rekap dalam beberapa kata, the very first one is change. Ya, jadi yang kita harus lakukan adalah berubah. Kita tidak tahu bahwa ada pandemik selama 2,5 tahun. Dan ternyata kalau kita lihat pada masa pandemi, waktu kita dengar presentasi dari Pak Rahmat, betapa bisnis entertainment itu suffer pada saat pandemik and they recover stronger. And second one is collaboration. Tadi disampaikan bahwa berubah itu bukan for the sake of berubah, tapi berubah untuk menjadi lebih baik. Dan untuk itu kita perlu membuka mata, membuka telinga, dan membuka pikiran dan hati kita, agar kita bisa berkolaborasi untuk menghasilkan sesuatu yang lebih baik. And with that, jangan lupa harus ada kreativitas. Jadi tadi kalau kita lihat dari presentasinya Junko, ada Skies 11 di Hong Kong, yang saya pikir itu memadukan online dan offline. Kita selalu bicara di retail ada online dan offline. Ternyata di entertainment industry yang kita tahu mengenai gamification, kita tahu mengenai e-sport, atau metaverse, dan itu di-combine di dalam Sky 11. Dan yang terakhir, forum-forum seperti ini ataupun eksibisi yang diadakan di nanti di Bangkok atau di Singapura oleh IAPA adalah membuat kita menjadi semakin connected. Connectivity. So the 4 C's is change, collaboration, creativity, and connectivity. Thank you.
Terima kasih kepada thank you to Miss Junko and also to Pak Budi Harjo dan Ibu Mei. Kami persilahkan kepada Pak Hendra Arifin selaku senior retail F&B yang selalu mendukung Hipindo untuk memberikan ucapan terima kasih kepada para pembicara dan moderator. Dan untuk Miss Junko for Miss Junko, we will send you the electronic certificate for appreciation. Silakan Ibu Mei. Okay, and we will show the virtual certificate for Miss Junko. This is the certificate for Miss Junko. Thank you for your support to Indonesia Retail Summit. Please everybody take a picture. Pak Budi, Pak Hendra, dan Ibu Mei untuk take picture with Miss Junko. Kehalang, ya biar kelihatan. Oke, thank you. Oke, seperti ini Pak. Oke, thank you. Thank you Miss Junko. Thank you Pak Hendra Arifin, Pak Budi Harjo, dan Ibu Mesfara. Untuk sesi terakhir kita akan mulai pada pukul 16.15 di ruangan ini Indonesia 2 dengan pembicara Mr. CGU, CEO of Smack Media C, dengan moderator Bapak Tesar Firmansyah. Terima kasih.